I picked up 900 pounds of clay today. Can you believe that's 900 pounds? Anyway, I got a really big surprise when it came time to pay the bill. Apparently, tariffs have hit the ceramics world. Clay that was $36 a box is now $49 a box. Clay that was, $42 is now $63. One of my glazed materials went up to $127 a bag, and it was in the $60 range before. It is what it is. It's taxation without representation, and it's not like we get much of a say other than to continue calling our representatives and telling them that this is bullshit and it's affecting small businesses. Now, what I'll be doing over the next couple of months, because our electricity is also going to be going up about 25% here in Indiana, I'm going to be looking at all of the numbers on the back end and figuring out where we can recoup that without it being a significant difference to you. My goal is not to double the cost of tariffs like corporate retail does so that I can make a higher profit margin. My goal is just to continue making the profit margin we have because I know that it works without actually losing any money. So that might be 20 cents on some of the smaller pieces. It might be $1 or $2 on some of the bigger ones. I may be able to mitigate some of this by using less clay because after, I've got some bowls that I use 1 pound to 2 ounces on, but now that I've made a few hundred of them, I don't really need that extra 2 ounces. So I'll be making some changes like that I don't think will make a significant difference in the long run. It's just frustrating that I have to spend the time on that. I'd rather be making pumpkin mugs, which is actually, I think, what I'm going to do next. Pumpkin mugs coming up. Anyway, be safe out there and call your representatives and tell them how this bullshit is affecting the small businesses you love. We need to stop this tariff nonsense.
Did Trump say that China is paying us a lot of tariffs right now? And let's be really clear, China is not paying us tariffs. We're paying the tariffs. The U.S. consumer, the U.S. businesses, we are paying the tariffs. China is not paying the tariffs. The U.S. population is paying the tariffs. I am a U.S. small business owner. I import products from Peru. I've got my very first big shipment coming in since the exemption went away last month, and I'm expecting to pay several $1,000s in tariffs. I am paying the tariffs. Peru, nobody in Peru is paying the tariffs. The US dollar is weaker, so I'm now paying more for the same products. And then on top of that, when they arrive here in the US, the US business owner, pay the tariffs that are assessed there at the border by customs. I am paying the tariffs as the US business owner. That means for the consumer that the price that I paid for the product that I'm getting has now gone up because that includes not only the cost to manufacture it, the cost to ship it, but now there is a tariff on top of all of those costs. So the cost that I ultimately paid to get that product in my store has gone up by the amount of the tariffs. And so now the product in the store for the consumer is going to go up by the amount of the tariffs. China's not paying the tariffs. We're paying the tariffs. So let's just be really clear about what's really going on here. Stop doing that. Let's not fall.
Short-term pain for some long-term gain.
I feel like I'm not that worried. Seems like Trump knows what he's doing.
I think he's got a plan bigger than what people see it as.
I do think it was part of the plan. He's not stupid, right? Like, he knows what he's doing. He's gotten to this point.
I think the United States needed some tightening. I think we're going to see something positive from these changes.
I think something had to happen eventually. Now it actually is. So I'm excited for the future.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He is a businessman at the end of the day, so.
We knew he's not a politician. He's going to ruffle feathers. He's going to, bump elbows.
I think a lot of people didn't respect Biden, so hopefully Trump is laying down the law a little bit harder so that those other countries respect him more.
Our allies are our allies. I think they're actually going to support us and stick with us because we are probably, I believe we are the superpower of the world.
Tariffs that are about to happen, the people that are going to feel it the most are going to be the ones on a fixed income that rely on Social Security or disability or food stamps, as well as people that actually just have low income in general. And if you're one of those people that shop at places like Dollar Tree or like Dollar General or Family Dollar or anything like that, those prices will probably get jacked up because those places probably rely on a lot of imports from China in order to keep their prices as low as possible. So I honestly would not be surprised to see products that go from like $1.25 up to like $1.50 to $1.75 or even $2 now. And those increases may not sound like a lot of money for Dollar Tree type of products, but those extra 25 to 50 cents to 75 cents will make a huge difference in people's budgets. And I expect a lot of other things to get pretty expensive too. For example, if you rely on medications, a lot of the generics that are made and ingredients are actually imported from China and India, which will be heavily tariffed. So my advice to you is if you can either make more money, please do so if you can, or if you have to save money, try to save by all means possible, because this is going to be a very, very crazy ride.
And that's just the absolute truth. It's going to be a very, very crazy ride. Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So credit goes to the creators in these videos, guys. So lately, I don't know, I've just been thinking about how these tariffs are really starting to hit the US businesses so hard. Tariffs are basically extra taxes that the government charges on products coming from other countries, right? So at first, it might sound like a small thing, but then when you actually see the numbers, guys, it's huge. And for a business that relies on imported materials, like steel, electronics, this extra cost pile up so quickly. And I feel like smaller businesses are struggling the most because they don't have the big budgets to handle these surprises, and they are stuck on paying more, cutting costs, or even raising their prices for their customers. And when they cannot keep up, guys, it might lead to, layoffs, or even shutting down certain parts of their businesses, if not the whole business. And honestly, guys, it makes me worry about how sustainable some of these companies will be if this tariff costs keep rising. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep watching these videos.
Okay, well, that was a knock at the door, and the UPS delivery guy just stopped by, and he said, hey, I have a delivery for you, and I just want to let you know I have to collect a tariff in order for me to deliver this. And I said, yep, I saw it come through. So I was tracking my package from my pin manufacturer, and it said at the top, $87 is going to be due for tariffs. Now, this is $87 that is brand new. This is a brand new fee from these stupid tariffs that have been implemented. And so instead of, I didn't know how the process went. So instead of having this package delivered to my client directly, I had it delivered to me because I wanted to see how these tariffs work. And so how they work is that they basically, UPS or your delivery method of shipment, collects these on behalf of, I guess, and reports it to the government. I'm not sure how this happens beyond that, but I know that I paid $87 today to receive 100 custom pins for my client. So I'm repackaging these puppies and I am sending them to their destination in Texas. This is literally something that I hate to include in the cost of it. So I take pretty much a lot of the ownership of a tariff to keep the pins affordable, because otherwise, how are you going to do business, right? So yeah, these are what the pins look like. I do enamel pins for pride festivals, nonprofit orgs. I have a corporate client in the United States that I work with. So basically whatever pin people need, I've adjusted my prices a little bit, but really it's, we're eating the cost of a lot of this stuff. So this is the Donald Trump tariff. So I am now being forced to pay, even though I'm not getting any benefit from this. This is the cost of doing.
So we got something in the mail, and I'm gonna open it with you all. This is a tariff bill. I'm a little scared to open it, but let's see how much we owe. Oh my gosh. We owe 200, hold on. $294. I don't even know if it costs that much. We ordered a piece of equipment or a part for my husband's dirt bike from Canada. They've already delivered it. And then now we got sent a bill because of the tariffs. Oh my gosh.
Guys, it's not just the businesses that feel this tariffs, okay? Right? The small businesses feel this tariff a lot, but it's not just the businesses. People also feel it too, because when these companies pay more for goods, they usually pass those costs on to the customers, right? Not all the companies will eat the tariff, like some small business owners that don't pass, the cost of their goods to their customers. This means that everyday items like food, clothing, electronics, even things we take for granted, guys, suddenly gets expensive. And think about all those families that have tight budgets. A lot of families have tight budgets. How much harder it becomes when prices go up everywhere, and people will end up buying less. It slows down the economy, and worse, some workers may even lose their jobs if their companies cannot stay afloat, if their companies cannot survive. And I cannot help but feel that while the tariffs, the point, according to the administration, is to protect American businesses, and sometimes it ends up putting more pressure on the people that are just trying to live their lives, guys. And this question is going forth in my mind, and I'm like, is there a way to handle trade without making life harder for people, guys? Because while the idea might be to protect the economy, the effects, right, are felt by everyday people who live in this economy. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that these tariffs are helping or hurting individuals, the economy, or do you think it's not that deep? I mean, We suffer now and we enjoy later. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.